because look at this critical moment right here at $21. Breaking news with EHang. We got critical levels in the technical analysis. It's super important to know. Will the price reverse around $21? We're going to give you the bull case and the bear case. I'm going to give you a quick update real fast of what happened in the last week. And at the end, I'm going to share what I'm going to do as an investor with EH.
This is two random dudes. Invest!
This is my third time re-recording this video. Give me a little early like for the algorithm because it shows YouTube that we care about our content and we care about you. So let us know if you want us to hit up another ticker symbol next. So let's get right into it. Part 1. All right, we got some juicy images from EHang. We got the EH216, which is their main drone. So that's to go from one part of the city to the other side of the city. That's what that sucker's for. But now we got some juicy stuff here. We got the Fly Shark 200. We got the EH580 looking slick in the background there. What are they for? Well, these are for long distance. This is just for show. And why is this for show? Well, let me tell you. Next couple weeks, for the whole month and a half following, EH is doing this huge lineup of meetings with banks. They're meeting with banks. That's why they're leaking and announcing all these things right before those meetings. And on top of that, it's a critical level in the stock charts that I'm going to get to in part 2. Also, they revealed they're working on the VT25 and the VT30. Nice drawings, makes it look legit. Oh, look at that. They actually have a real plane. Close-up image right there. So this is a real plane, but this is a prototype. Let's be honest. It's a prototype. This is not some high production operation they're running here. So let's not kid ourselves. And I'm going to give you my bull case and my bear case because we want to be as objective as possible. So if I missed something, let me know in the comments. Give me a like. Why not? Moving on. They're partnering with the Carlo Gemma Design Group in Italy for the vertiport eco-sustainable. Okay, this is cool, but let's be honest. I'm going to give you the hard facts. This is just, they allegedly paid them to design this vertiport for their company. This is not some crazy partnership where they're running after EH to get some business. They're paying them to design it and then boom, promotional material. The good thing about it is that they care about promotion. So we got some juicy images on Reddit here. The thing flies, surrender. That's why I take these things with a grain of salt. It's just to get us excited, get the investors excited. And that's why they're showing all this, to excite those banks. All right, part 2. So let's be honest, they're doing this to get the bank investors excited about EHang. And what better time to do this than at this point in time? And this is why I made this video, because look at this critical moment right here at $21. This is the only big support that I see besides, let's keep it real here, besides this $10 mark. There's more history in the $10 mark, but everything else is just very weak support. None of these are very big supports. So we got some 2 weeks at the 15 mark, maybe a week and a half at $12, a little jitter at 18, small support, but really it's happening at $21. And this is actually pretty funny. You got to watch this. Just YouTube EHang 300 if you want to see the whole thing.
Earthquake.
No, Captain. Battle formations.
This is where we hold them! This is where we fight! Come and get them!
So that was an excuse to just include an epic movie, 300. And what wall are they talking about? Well, they're talking about this wall right here. The $20 mark right here. Like, look at this wall. We got this juicy wedge coming down after this mountain of hype. The whole thing crumbled after this Wolfpack somewhat ridiculous report, but the whole thing crumbled along with the whole market. And now we got this juicy wedge coming down, and the juicy wedge is coming down to the support, and this is where the battle begins.
Remember this day, man, for it will be yours for all time.
And this is where we see if the buy wall will stand strong. So, but we shouldn't just believe anything. So let's check out some numbers. So I got some juicy technical analysis. So first thing we could check is the volume. So we saw the volume has been kind of tapering off. It's pretty steady on the daily view. The MACD is kind of lurking, just kind of going sideways. But here is where the juicy bit is. RSI. Look at this RSI. The RSI is lower than the fear that happened right before the elections, and it's lower than the March lows of 2020, last year, at the height of the Rona. That is when the fear was at the highest, and it's actually lower right now. There's more people selling than there are at the beginning of the pandemic, which is pretty crazy. Now, on the weekly basis, really shows more long-term trends. This is what I found striking. So during the pandemic, it's very similar to October, same selling pressure, but now it still could go lower. So this is thing to remember. Look at that. We're here. Everything's possible. That means that this sucker could go back to $15, $12, $10. They're not making any money right now. They're producing vehicles that are going to be ramping up in 2023, 2024. So let's be honest here. Let's not kid ourselves. People are selling this because they're not making money. There's a lot of hype and the company is raising money. Let's be honest. All right, moving on. We got the volume of shares, of all the shares in EHang. So let's see. So if we look on the daily basis of the shares of EHang, they're pretty consistent. They're staying on a daily basis of shares being held. So people are not like dumping this thing, which gives us hope, and it reflects a sentiment that people are holding the stock. And then there's a little juicy bit. The short interest it's pretty low. It was pretty high at the peak of the Wolfpack report, but since then it's been tapering off and going low and low and lower. Everything's kind of creeping, and it's a perfect time for a reversal. But is the reversal going to happen? So I'm going to share my opinion in part 3, which is what am I going to do with EH? So I'm going to tell you what I did thus far. So I'll be completely transparent. My position, my average is $26, right about here. Because I bought some at 30, a bit at 35, I bought more at 30, I bought more at 25, and now I'm nibbling at 20. I put a sell signal at 18 and at 20 and a half. That's what I did. But really, don't listen to me. I'm just a random dude on YouTube. And if you got some value out of this, hit that like button. It's more for entertainment and just to share my process of learning. So I'm going to give you the bear case and the bull case, because we got to be objective here. So the bear case, look at this. This is this blue little line. That's the 200 MA. So that's the moving average of the stock for the last 200 days. Usually, this means that the stock broke 200, and now we're getting into bearish territory. This is not really good. So if the bulls were in control, this thing would go back up to at least 27. So why is it not at 28? Well, I'm going to tell you. The price of EHang has more to do with the broad market, what the whole tech sector is doing in general in the stock market, and the investor's sentiment. That's the main factor of all this stuff. What's happening with EHang, catalysts, all this kind of jazz right here. They're hooking up with the airports, Catalonia, Spain. That's cool. They're saying hi with the elbows. That's all cool. They're in the digital summit in China. Very cool. But that will not make the price go back to 30, 40, 50 at all. So my bear case would be that this sucker is going to go to 18. It's going to like break this slowly but surely. Boom, go to 18. And then without being in a conspiracy theory, there is a possibility of the whales, big banks. They want EH at those low prices. And sometimes they do some shady stuff. Let's be honest. They want to instill fear in us, the retail investors, the small guys. And they want that stock to go down so they can pick it up at a juicy price at 15, 10. Obviously, they want that. They're going to buy millions of shares. The difference for them between this and this, well, let me tell you. Let me tell you how much you could lose if you put your money right now at 20 bucks. So let's say you put your money at 20 bucks. So the main thing you want to be sure is that you're ready to lose. If it goes to $10.43, well, you just lost. So you lost half your money. Comfortable with this loss? I don't know. That's only you can say as an investor. If it goes to 15, you lost 30% about. If it goes to 18, you lost 13%. So this is something to remember, that this thing will go down, and it's very likely. A very important thing is that the trend is your friend, my friends. They keep on telling us, we don't want to listen. Let's not kid ourselves. Let's go full bear case. The trend is looking that way. We would like to think, that's the problem with one of the biggest mistakes in investors. We want the stock to go up and we think it's going to go up. It's going to listen to us. But no, it's going to go with the trend on average. And the trend is going down, my friends. Everything is going down. The tech sector is going to continue to bleed, and people are going to sell more and more of all these companies that are not producing, that are not making a lot of money, and that are going to produce things in 2023, 2024, 2023, 2024. That's in a while. A lot of things can happen in 2-3 years. This stock could go to 10, 15, 10, 30, 50, 10, so many times in those next 3 years. So we got to pay attention to that. Well, we need to see big production numbers, but those numbers are not happening right now. All right, so what's the bear case? I'm a believer in EH. We're holding the wall. I'm a believer, and we're going to hold the wall. But I think it's going to go down to 18. It's going to bounce back. And on the bull case, the best scenario here, it's going to go sideways and trade sideways for the next little while. If anybody's telling you they know, they don't know. It's going to go sideways or kind of slowly revert, do a dead cat bounce, come back down and go sideways. I don't think this thing is going to go to 40, 50 anytime soon. My sell point is at 30 right now. That's where I realistically think it can go up. But anything over 30, we need some serious catalysts. Like, they need to be ordering thousands of them, actually starting to produce them, having major partnerships with countries, and not just like signed paper, but like we need to see these things flying in a lot of cities to get this thing up there. Let's be honest. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set a point of buying more at $20.50. That's what I put right now, and more at 18. It might change, but right now, that's what I'm doing. If I missed anything in this update, let me know down below. If I missed any piece of news, share it down below. We got to huddle together as retail investors, and we're stronger together. I got to tell you a little secret. Also, one of the best investments is to hit that like button, because it's going to help us with the algorithm and it's going to make us grow. Share this video with more people, because I think it's very important to be more objective and give the bull case and the bear case, not just all this fluff that everybody's hyping all these stocks up. That's really not healthy. We got to keep a level head. So hit that like button. And more importantly, I'm really curious. Do you think EH is going to go to $10, $12, 15, maybe 18? How low do you think EH is going to go in the next couple of weeks? This is a critical question of the hour. Or maybe you think that it's going to 30, 40, 50. Let us know. If you got any value out of this video, we'd really appreciate a little like, a little tingle, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you would get notified of more videos as we produce them, because now we got the new setup, so we're going to be banging up videos more often. So we'll see you in the next video, and stay curious.